Hello everyone, I'm Indira. In this video, I will discuss the poem Aunt Jennifer's Tigers written by Edwina Rich. It has been taken from the book Flamingo, Class 12, English Core. Let's know something about the poet. Edwina Rich was born on 16th May 1929. She is an American poet, an essayist, and most importantly, a feminist. She has been called one of the most widely read and influential poets of the second half of the 20th century. Let's know something about the poem. In Aunt Jennifer's Tigers, Rich deals with the issue of female subjugation in a patriarchal society, but instead of commenting directly on marriage and the male female divide, Rich uses symbolism to get her message across. Tigers represent all that Aunt Jennifer is not. They are free, strong, and in control of their own destiny, while she is a victim of an unhappy marriage. Her only small act of rebellion being the creation of this image of power that is tigers. Coming to the first stanza. Aunt Jennifer's tigers prance across a screen, bright topaz denizens of a world of green. They do not fear the men beneath the tree, they pace in sleek chivalric certainty. Here is the explanation for the first stanza. The poet here describes the imaginary world created by Aunt Jennifer as she embroiders tigers on a fire screen. The tigers prancing or jumping across the screen implies that they are full of energy, they are strong, proud, carefree, and unafraid. They are bright and golden creatures living in a green world. The phrase bright topaz denizens means bright and golden creatures. They rule their world and pace through it in a confident manner, enjoying full freedom. The word chivalric depicts their power and fearlessness. They do not fear even men. Let's discuss the second stanza. Aunt Jennifer's fingers fluttering through her wool find even the ivory needle hard to pull. The massive weight of Uncle's wedding band sits heavily upon Aunt Jennifer's hand. Let's see what does it mean. In stanza 2, the poem now shifts away from tigers towards Aunt Jennifer. The power and energy of first stanza vanishes as Aunt Jennifer is described. She is nothing like the strong, bright, and confident creatures she has created. As she embroiders, her fingers are fluttering through her wool. This suggests that she is weak and nervous. Even the act of embroidery is difficult for her. She lacks in strength and finds the ivory needle hard to pull. The idea of male dominance comes to the fore when we read that she is unable to carry the burden of the wedding band given to her by her husband. The hyperbole in massive weight emphasizes how powerful and weak she is and how oppressed she is in her marriage. The wedding band thus symbolizes her unhappy married life. It is more like a shackle than a piece of jewelry. Let's move on to third stanza now. When Aunt is dead, her terrified hands will lie, still ringed with ordeals she was mastered by. The tigers in the panel that she made will go on prancing proud and unafraid. Let's see what does the third stanza mean. In the third stanza, the poet imagines how Aunt Jennifer will be after her death. She will, even in death, be terrified, and the painful ordeals or hardships of her life will have marked her forever. She was mastered or conquered by the trials and will never be truly free. She is a victim, whether dead or alive. This is a negative view of marriage, and there is no hint of love or equality in it. Instead, it has utterly crushed and defeated Aunt Jennifer. She has completely lost her identity, as in the third stanza we come to know that she has been referred to as Aunt instead of Aunt Jennifer. So she has lost her name, her identity. The tigers, on the other hand, will carry on prancing proud and unafraid. They symbolize her longing for happy, free, and fearless life. Let's talk about the poetic devices used in the poem Aunt Jennifer's Tigers. First of all, the use of symbols. The most prominent symbol used here is wedding band. It is a symbol of oppression in an unhappy marriage. Its weight refers to the burden of gender expectations. Ringed means encircled or trapped. losing individuality and freedom. Aunt Jennifer is another symbol. She is the symbol of a typical victim of male oppression in an unhappy marriage who suffers the loss of individuality, dignity, and personal freedom silently. She becomes dependent, fearful, and frail. Another symbol used here is tigers. They symbolize untamed free spirit. Here they stand in contrast to their creator's personality. The use of colors implies that Aunt Jennifer's tigers and their land are vital and they enjoy a sense of freedom far greater than she does. They pace and prance freely, proudly. They are fearless, confident, and majestic. They are also fearless of men. They have been described as yellow, bright topaz, denizens of world of green, which connotes the sun and fierce energy. Green reminds one of spring and vitality. Embroidery is another symbol used here. It is a symbol of creative expression. The artwork expresses the ant's suppressed desires and becomes her escape from the oppressive reality of her life. In the last stanza, ant again becomes the symbol of loss of identity. Here, the poet has made the use of the word ant as opposed to Aunt Jennifer. It shows that she has lost her identity completely, thus lost even her name. Pun is another device used by the poet here. Pun means having two meanings. One is literal, another figurative meaning. Here the word ringed has two meanings. First, ring in her finger which sits heavily upon her hand. Secondly, it means difficulties which will always surround her. Another device used here is irony. First example of irony is a weak and submissive woman weaving a picture of tigers that are strong and fearless. This is ironical. Number 2, brutal tigers are depicted chivalric and the cultured man is depicted as oppressor. Another example of irony. Finally, even when the creator dies, her work will continue to exist. This also contains irony. Next technique used by the poet here is contrast. The characteristics of Aunt Jennifer and that of the tigers are in complete contrast to each other. Lastly, the use of alliteration in the poem. First example, Aunt Jennifer's fingers fluttering. Repetition of F sound in fingers fluttering. Secondly, the massive weight of uncle's wedding band. Repetition of W sound, weight, wedding. Finally, the panel that she made will go on prancing proud. Repetition of P sound in prancing and proud. This is all about the poem Aunt Jennifer's Tigers. Hope you have understood all the points. Thank you. All the best.